Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to screw in the screws. And now you want to make sure that your setting is to the lowest because you don't want to ruin the actual lock itself. So that way it goes in slow and steady, you're not damaging it. And there we have it. Now, in order to confuse those others, we can just click any one we want and still do 4, 3, 2, 1, and it'll still open up. Welcome to the HomeAutomationX channel. Today I'm here with Cindy. How are you today?
Awesome. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. So today we are actually going to be doing a review on the Kronos Smart Locks by Titan Locks. And Titan Locks actually sent us this to do a review. But before we begin, we would greatly appreciate it if you click the subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell icons because we release videos on a weekly basis. You can stay updated with them.
That's right, for the latest and the greatest. And now to hear more, speaking of sound, let us know how we sound, would you? We actually got these fantastic lavalier mics, or are they fantastic? You be the judge, by Comica. And we are happy to hear back and get your feedback on whether there is feedback. So there they are. Thank you once again, Comica. We greatly appreciate it. And make sure that you click on the link below to find out more information about Comica and where to get yours just in time for whatever may be coming up for you. Now, as you can see here on our fabulous display of locks, we have room for one more. So for heaven's sakes, if you're sitting on a smart lock, well, I hope not, that might be uncomfortable, please send us our way and we will be happy to do a review on it.
Now, there are 3 ways that you can open this lock. The most common and most obvious way is through the digital touchpad. And another way is there's a key that you can actually keep inside the lock itself. And last but not least, it's through your Bluetooth, so you can actually open it from your iPhone.
All right, some fun facts about these features. Now, this lock comes with a lot of great things. For example, the latest chip enhancement allows unlocking via Bluetooth. It also has a decoy security system, so you can actually enter random digits before your password to prevent someone from watching you or checking your fingerprints on the keypad. I know, people have way too much time on their hands. You can set a timed relock, so it locks automatically after it's been opened. If an invalid PIN is tried more than 5 times, the lock stops operating for 5 minutes. It has a privacy mode, so you can actually prevent electronic opening. So that's good if you don't want to be disturbed. The lock will send off an alarm if someone tries to tamper with it. And I know, I'm watching her. No, she's fine. Now, if the batteries will die or you ignore the warnings on your phone or if you lose your key, you can attach a 9-volt battery, as you can see right here. That's the attachment to the bottom to give it power to enter your PIN code.
Let's demonstrate one of those points that Cindy mentioned. Now, we're going to use the code 4321, which is what we have it set to, and the pound key to unlock it. So to lock it back up, we just hold the pound key. Now, in order to confuse those others, we can just click any one we want and still do 4, 3, 2, 1, and it'll still open up.
We are within the Bluetooth range. The Bluetooth range is 10 feet. So what you're going to do, if you want to be able to unlock it or lock it without having to enter a passcode, this is the segment to watch. Now, the lovely Anika is now going to demonstrate how you don't need to type in a passcode. Just by touching it, it was able to do the deed. Now, if you want to be able to lock it after you've unlocked it, you can use the app for this. Now, I'll show you here. This is what it would look like. Now, as you can see, there is a lock with a circle. You're going to press that for 2 seconds. That's all it takes. Count to 2 and it will lock for you. If you want to unlock it, you simply tap it and it's that easy.
So this lock actually comes with a privacy mode. The privacy mode stops anyone from using the lock. So what you actually do is you hold the button in the back and it actually doesn't let you key in any numbers. Now this also stops you from using it from your Bluetooth as well. So your iPhone isn't accessible to it. You can grant access to your home by creating PIN codes and Bluetooth keys. So it's valid only until a certain period of time. So even when you're not home, you can even send that key to a visitor and they can definitely easily plug it in and just access your home.
Now I'm going to show you how to set it up in the app. So we're going to go into our Titan app and we're going to double click on that icon and you're going to keep your phone in front of you while you add it. You're going to click on the lock and you touch the keypad. You awake the keypad to set the lock into the audible status. You click next and from there it's going to recognize the lock. I've selected that lock and I'm going to name it for my own memory. So I'm going to put it as front door because that's where it is and it will be easier to remember that way. Click done, then OK. It's spooling and it tells me that I'm successful. It also notes how much battery I have left. I'm going to go to the setting and I'm actually going to click on the next part of our process, which is the auto lock. From that, I'm going to set the time. You can enter an integer anywhere between 5 to 120. I'm choosing 30 and I'm selecting OK. It has now taken that change, again spooling. You go to unlock alert and now I can send an e-key. This is where I'm going to send it to my friend Chanel and I've selected her account number, just typing in her phone number and I'm naming the account Chanel's e-key. That way when she gets it, she'll know what this is for. I click on OK and I'm also able now to change the time, so the active time and the expire. I want it to be from today until the end of the month. I'm clicking OK. The e-key has been successfully sent. So from there, I'm going to send passcode. That will actually allow you to generate the passcode. So you click on generate, it copies the passcode, and then you go to the top right corner, you can send the passcode. I'm going to choose to send it as a text message. I'm going to type in her phone number here, and I am going to send it. Now it has been notified that the passcode must be used at least once in 24 hours. She just received the notification. I got the word that it has been sent and we should be good. Now in her phone, she would get a text message alert. So from this, I am now going to go to the ekeys function. It's going to load and it's telling me Chanel's e-key is pending. I'm going to the passcodes and it shows me a list of all the passcodes. They're permanent, customized, records. Records will actually give me a rundown on all of the activity located with this app. So when the unlock feature has been set successfully, the passcode, all of those chronological events are added into that. If I click on that, we are good to go, and that is how it's done.
Now let me show you how to determine whether your door is a left-handed door or a right-handed door. If you're to put your right hand on the hinge and your left hand on the knob, that means it's a left-handed door. Now if you were to put your hand on the left-hand hinge and your right hand on the knob, that means it's a right-handed door. So now if you don't have a door installed, you just put your back towards the hinge, and if your door opens towards the right, that means it's a right-handed door. If your door opens up to the left, that means it's a left-handed door. Now I'm going to show you how to install these locks into the door. So you're going to notice that because it's a left-handed door, we're going to switch over the tab here to the left. And if it's a right-handed door, you want to make sure it's to the right. But this one, of course, we're going to keep it to the left. So we're going to extend the latch so that the latch is going to allow to center down to the middle. Now you want to make sure that it says up over here, but we're going to make sure the plus sign is at the bottom. And we're going to extend that into the door. And we're just going to simply screw it in. So before we go ahead and attach this, we're going to make sure the bolt is extended out, and we're going to also make sure the blade here is extended vertically, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to fit this right into the plus sign right here, and we're going to make sure the wires are going right through all the way to the back. And we're just going to fit this right in here So now you want to make sure this is nice and snug and it's attached perfectly. And now we're going to come over to the back here. And now this is the tricky part. So you want to make sure that the wire is extended towards the right, because what we're going to do is we're going to attach this right through these holes. And you want to make sure that the wire has a little bit of a space over here to get through, because we're going to go ahead and attach this to the back. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to screw in the screws. And now you want to make sure that your setting is to the lowest, because you don't want to ruin the actual lock itself. So that way it goes in slow and steady, you're not damaging it. And there we have it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to install the back. Now you want to make sure the thumbnail is vertical, and when we're putting this in, we're going to make sure that we push in the access wires, so we don't want it to stick out, and we're going to align this in here. So if you look closely, you'll see that there's two slots right over here. You'll see the back side doesn't have the slots, so you want to make sure the one that has the slots is fitting right in here. There we go, we fit that in there. Now we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna push this through our plus sign. And we're gonna go ahead and screw it in. So we're gonna go ahead and screw this in, and remember, we're gonna keep our drill on the lowest setting. So we're gonna put the longest screw at the bottom here. And we're gonna take the two small screws and we're gonna put them at the very top. Take the second one. So now for the very last part. We're gonna make sure when we're putting in the batteries, we skip the last one just for a second. And I'm gonna explain why. So what we want to do when we're inserting the last one is we're pressing the pound key at the same time, so we're initializing. Oh, we heard it beep and we're good.
So now if Wi-Fi is your thing, you can actually purchase this Wi-Fi Gateway, which remote unlocks through the app. You just need to make sure that you're within Bluetooth range and make sure you pair it up with it. And now what I love about this is you don't actually have to physically give your keys to anybody. You don't have to give it to the dog sitter. You don't have to give it to the housekeeper. You simply just give temporary PIN codes and people are able to access your home, and you can simply change it right after that.
Awesome. Well, we hope you enjoyed today's segment. As always, we invite you to subscribe. Make sure that you stay abreast of the latest and the greatest. Now, as always, please follow us on Twitter, like us on Instagram, come on that Facebook channel with us, check out our website, HomeAutomationX.com, and for heaven's sakes, comment, give your suggestions. We love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.